Hi, Neil. Jared here, your instructor for your WPP training. Just wanted to go over a couple things on your first assignment for Module 1. So great job with this assignment. I really enjoyed the detail that you put in, especially at the beginning here when that very first question asks, what are three examples of methods of verification, right? With your answer, using an approved voltage checking device, attempting to start a motor via its manual control, providing there are no interlocks in the manual control circuit, which is very important, right? If there's an interlock in that circuit, then we can't rely on it as a verification method. So I thought that was very well done that you pointed that out. And then your last one was checking a vent or drain. And finally, incorporating that proper SPR rule, even going down to 511.3, which is the exact rule that we're looking for. Now, throughout the rest, job well done. Found no issues here. Everything was done with great detail. You picked the proper SPR rule, and I could tell that you took your time with this assignment, which that's exactly what we're looking for when we're talking about specific rules and procedures and needing to know where to find the rules to ensure that we're doing a job not only safely, but efficiently as well. So great job on this first page. The second page here, this page was asking for an overview of WPP lockouts, and the idea was to put the qualification of the worker into each box. So it's asking quite a lot, right? And you probably had to dig through quite a bit of information. You're probably looking through your safety practice regulation book. You're probably also looking through your student guide to ensure you're getting the right qualifications for each section. So I want to compliment you on that, and I want to emphasize that that was great and that hard work paid off. Everything that I see here is correct. Now, the one thing that I did want to point out is where we say authorized worker. So we can go into a little bit more detail on that section there. So authorized worker is obviously correct, but what authorization was that worker? So in this first example, planning the isolation, who can plan a personal lockout not on the one line? If we look at that first column, it's stated as authorized worker. Sure, an authorized worker can plan that lockout, but what authorization? Are we talking about a category A worker who's only allowed to access the facility? Are we talking about a category B worker who can access the facility and work on the power system? Or are we talking about a category C worker who can now start establishing lockouts? Or a category D who works at the PIC? Okay, so what we're looking for there is who can plan the isolation. Well, the worker doing the job. So in this case, it would be that category B worker. Okay, so that was kind of the idea of this section, was to incorporate what exact qualification the worker would be for each section. Now, great job here. If we look at the second line down, preparing the lockout sheet under personal lockout on the one line, so that middle column, or under group lockout on that far right column, you put category D worker or the PIC. So that's exactly what we're looking for, right? You've identified what category of worker, and you also went that extra step saying that it would be the person who signed on as PIC, because not only do you have to be a category D worker to do this task, but you also need to ensure that you're signing on as PIC to do the job. Okay, that's an initial step, initial procedure that has to be done. So I thought that was very well done. And just that one fine tweak moving forward to ensure you're successful with all the other assignments is just get into that fine detail, right? When we talk about an authorized worker, it's like, okay, well, an authorized worker can do it, but what authorization are we looking for? Okay, this is a category C course, so can you do it as a category C worker, or do you need to have further authorization? Do you need that category D? Okay. And again, job well done with the assignment. I look forward to marking your assignments throughout the course and keep up the good work. Thanks, Neil.